All right. Good morning, students. Good morning to one and all. Good morning, all of you. Yes. Good morning, Ruchi. Good morning, Rus. Nicha. Good morning, Vasavraj. Good morning, Preksha. Morning, Aditya. Morning, Chandan. All right. Morning, Ganesh. Yeah. So we'll start with the next topic today. Let's wait for the others to join around. We'll wait for another 2 minutes. Yes, Chetan, I had. Yes, Pranam. That depends upon how much hungry you are. That depends upon how much hungry you are. No, guys, this is a normal class today. As I had announced, it's a normal class today. Today's class is a normal surface chemistry class, guys. Next week, I'll schedule one problem solving class for chemical kinetics. Next week, you have a test of chemical kinetics. I think so. That depends upon Pritesh. It's a message language, so it doesn't matter. It's adsorption. Preksha, it is adsorption. Not really, Abhishek. I didn't get any of such things. Nahi re Kirtan. See, you don't know what time you guys leave your school for colleges and all. When I was in my school, I used to leave home by 6:30 something. So it's very difficult, to cook your idlis, to cook anything in the morning. So the best thing you can do is have jam with you, have sauce with you, keep chapatis with jam and sauce. That's the best thing you could do. My school used to start around 7:30, so you have to be in school. 7:15 used to be assembly, so gates used to close by 7 something. Right, that's our school timings was 7 to 1 or 2, something like that. Yeah. Chal. Nahi re. For 5, Meghna, for 5 chapatis, you don't need that much time, na? You can make the atta in the night and keep it in fridge. Morning you take it out, cook it, finished. Bread was not a good food. It used to be in our home. So parents never allowed to eat too much of bread. Maybe on Sundays, right? But now when you are alone, bread is one of the favorite breakfast now. When you are not with parents, of course. Chalo. Let's Sunday. This Sunday there is a test. No, as mentioned on this Spurti, as check the schedule. Tomorrow, this Sunday, there is a test. Pranav, at that time when I was in school, there was no big concept of cornflakes. That all those things I'm eating now. Bread, cornflakes, all those things are nowadays ka breakfast. When I used to play in my childhood, I used to reach after my school. I used to reach around 2 something, 2:30 something. I'll have my lunch around till 3:30 depends. Then 3:30 or 4, I'll go for playing. I used to come back around 6:37 when it is dark. Then when I'm back, I'll have tea, I'll have snacks, I'll watch TV. I used to start studying around 8, finish 10, then half an hour ka break, dinner, then 11 to 1. So approximately with school, I used to have 4 hours of self-study. per day, 4 to 5, depending upon the exams are there or not. That was the usual schedule with school. That was in the weekends, Kirtan. That was in the weekends. Like not every day it was there, Kirtan. It was not there every day. Some days 6:30 to 8:30. So that day I used to come back early from playing. That was on the holidays, Pritesh. If I have a Sunday holiday, I will go playing around 6 a.m. I'll come back by 6 p.m. in the evening. So 12 hours. Beach mein, we used to eat something there. We used to drink, carry water bottles, all those things. No, Chandan. It's not. It's Faridabad. Chalo, let's start. I think many of you are here. Before I go ahead, I want to discuss few things. I will run one PPT here where half days were there. No, there was no half days. I used to live in City Athar. I live in a Delhi NCR region. Life is always fun. It's all about how you entertain it. Your life, as I learned, is like a kite, right? The thread of your kite should be in your hands. It should be not in someone else's hand, right? So you are yourself flying your kite. Remember that. Okay? No, Prashant, I'm from Delhi NCR. Okay. Chalo, I'll run one PPT for you. This is very important. I know many of you have been messaging me with doubts many times. I have tried to reply, but when I don't get time, I reply very late. So for that, I have a solution basically here. What we have done is, you can try it out. There's a doubt solving orientation technique which we have enrolled. It's there on LMS as well as app. Okay? I'll tell you how to access it. If you want immediate responses, if there is something which you don't get, which you don't understand from there, you can definitely ask me, right? So yeah, so for the basically laptop users or the iOS users, right? The foremost important thing is your email ID should be registered with Avanti. You should know your LMS password. If your email ID is not registered with your Avanti, if your email IDs are forgotten by you, then it's a problem. Correct? Correct it. Then contact your support, the number which is given on the group support. They will fix it for you. So if you are laptop or iOS users, you can log into Avanti LMS, right? You can log into lms.peerlearning.com, right? With your registered email ID and password. This is very important. If you remember, we had shared you one form where you have to enter your email ID and all, right? So if you do not have an ID, contact your, this is a random number, but contact your support, basically. You contact your support. If you don't have your email ID, you contact your support. Support number is given in your WhatsApp groups, right? I'll mention it also. Then when you log in, you will immediately see one small button in the bottom, rightmost bottom. That is a chat option. Chat. Then you click on this to open a window. There will be a doubt window when you open. When you click on this, there will be a doubt window which will open, right? So which will have the following, which will have a physics section, math section, bio section, chemistry section. And there will be a feedback and support. If you need a technical support, sir, my LMS is this thing, LMS is not showing this option, that option. So all those things you can register here. Okay? So when you post your doubts here, right? On opening the chat window, you'll see 5 channels. As I mentioned here, PCMB plus support channel, right? Password for everyone is same which you have been using earlier. Password has not been changed. Okay? If your account is logged, as I told you, you contact your support, right? They will fix it for you. Your support number is mentioned on your WhatsApp groups, right? In case you don't have, I will message you your support numbers. Don't worry about it, right? Now, the timing for the doubts, the timing for the doubt session is 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. This is the time slot. Yes, Tarun, correct. So the timing for the doubt session is 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. right? This is the timing where you can post your doubts. Why? When you post your doubts, you should get reply in 15 minutes, standard time. It might take 15 to 30, but standard time is 15 minutes. Within 15 minutes, you'll get your replies. Worst case scenario, it can be 30 minutes, right? Maybe more depending upon the kind of question you ask. If you ask some vague question, somebody has to think on it and then answer. Okay? But usual standard time is 15 minutes. You should get your replies. The other thing is the doubts which are answered which are asked after 8 p.m. will be answered 11 a.m. in the morning next day. If you ask anything after 8 p.m., you'll get the replies by 10, 10:30 or 11 a.m. in the morning. Now, when you, for example, when you have opened a chat window, you'll get need help with chemistry. You can import images. You can type your message also. Let's say you have an image, book ka question you have, take its image, right? Insert your image clicking on this option. That image will be loaded here, right? So the teacher will send you the solution, right? Yes, that's what I was asking, Vijay Lakshmi. This thing, this is a attachment. This is an attachment option, right? In this attachment option, when you click it, you will get options. Click, take picture from your camera, take from gallery and all. So that you can import here. Don't worry about it. Exactly. It's like a Zoom chat, right? My night doubt was answered. Yes, that depends upon the question, Athar, as I said. Now, the next thing is doubt solving on the app. This was on the LMS. Doubt solving on the app. If you're using the app, you can use app also. As soon as you log into the app using your user ID and password, right, which have been given to you, when you log in, you'll quickly see this double messaging option in the app, which is a doubt solving option, right? So again, in the bottom most right, you'll see again this option, right? The same process. If you see it, good. If you don't see it, you don't see it when you're not a registered or premium student, right? So for that, you need to contact your support if you don't see the message option in your LMS or app, correct? Then again, you'll see those 5 channels, right? You can ask your doubts 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. के बीच में 15 minutes में it should be answered ideally. As you can see, images have been inserted, right? So this is what you guys can use when the teachers, there is a separate team of teachers who is catering to the doubts, right? That's why I said, if there is some doubt which you are not satisfied with, you can definitely come back to the teachers who are teaching you. Don't worry. The point why we are mentioning here is you should understand, being a single teacher, there are so many doubts per day which we encounter. And if we are not able to clear some of your doubt, that doesn't mean we are ignoring you. Please don't consider that. We are never ignoring you. The whole point is we might be occupied with something else, maybe someone else's doubt, or maybe some other works which we have. For example, if I talk about me, I try to reply almost every doubt which comes to me, almost. The only thing is sometimes I reply 3 days late, sometimes I reply 4 days late, right? Depending upon the time capacity I have. So the moment you move your doubts to the app, let's say even 50% of them also gets cleared, then the number of doubts which we will be taking will be little less, right? So basically you can say ki haan, our efficiency will improve in clarifying your doubts. Okay? So that's why, sir, which app is there for mobile users? Okay. So I have already answered it here. Avanti Gurukul app. Sakshi, you need to download your Avanti Gurukul app. Pranav, don't do that. You'll be blocked. Pranav, if you ever tried doing that, there is a vigilance team there. They will block you. And let me tell you guys, if you try to act smart on these platforms, right? No, Kayuri, I didn't start yet. If you try to act smart on any of these platforms, there's a vigilance team. They will immediately block you, not only from the app or LMS, they will block you from the class also. Then it will be a problem for you. Okay? Is that clear to everyone? Any other doubts regarding this? Anyone? Yes, Tanya, I'll go to that. Is there anything else? App work for Windows? I don't think so. App is not there for Windows. Athar. I think you need to use LMS. Shreya, contact your support. Shreya K, contact your support. The URL for LMS, right? I'll give you. Maybe many of you have joined late. That's the problem. So those who joined late, let me run you quickly. For laptop and iOS users, you need to log into lms.peerlearning.com. lms.peerlearning.com. When you log into this, you will see the following. I'm pushing this so that you can participate in this, right? App can work for Windows. Aditya Shetty, beta, I said here for computer, laptop or iOS users, you cannot use app. You have to log into LMS. Only for Android mobile users, the app works, right? So this is the thing you will get when you log into it. If you are not able to log in, contact your support. I'll message you the number of the contact support. Okay? So if you are on the WhatsApp group, on your WhatsApp group, support number is already added. Who posts the schedule and all, right? So you'll see this message option. As soon as you open the message option, you'll see the 5 options: feedback, support, technical issues, chemistry, physics, maths, bio. Whatever doubts you have, you can post it. You'll get attachment option where you can insert images. You can type your doubts also. Between 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., you should get a doubt reply in the same day, mostly. 15 days is a bandwidth time, but time varies depending upon the question you have asked and depending upon the number of questions are available on the fresh doubt app. Okay? Results on LMS, you can go to your report, Athar, go to your report section. Yeah, I think I answered most of the doubts. Is there, what is the password, sir? Is the same for everyone. If you are using the app, for the first time, or the LMS for the first time, I'm writing your default password in the chat. If you're using or logging in for the first time, your default password I'm writing on the chat. You can see it, right? Prajwal S, if you're not getting the chat option on the app, that means you have not registered your email ID. Then you need to quickly contact the admin or the support of your. Okay? No, Pritesh, it may not be necessary. It may be possible, Pritesh. LMS link for Android mobile. Android mobile may be Google Chrome में जाके you can type same thing, Ganesh, lms.peerlearning.com, right? So yeah, URL for LMS also I will post on the chat. Thank you, Abhishek. I'll post the URL also for the LMS on the chat so that those who don't have can use it. So this is just to make sure that your doubts are answered. I know the teachers, sometimes they get delayed. I myself know I reply to your doubts late. I know that. But that is not out of intention. That is out of, there is something called 25 hours, 24 hours a day. So if there were 30 hours a day, maybe we could do better. Right. Yeah, that's all. I think we have answered most of your things. Let's move to the class now. I think we have taken a lot of time on this. All right. So today's class is, most of it is mathematical. Why are some tests only on app? Pranav, because I'll answer that. I was knowing the reason. There is some test coding issue in that, Pranav. I'll answer it later. Pritesh, which timings? Timings are fixed, Pritesh, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Pritesh, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Okay, for test, kya? We'll fix that, Pritesh. Don't worry. We'll fix that. Right, let's move to the class. Yeah, I think we are done for the thing which I wanted to share. What about Sunday? Sunday, I think app won't work. Sunday, I don't think so. It will reply your doubts. I'm not sure. I'll check it with the people and get back to you. Sunday ka, Sushma. Right. So let's start with our class with a recall test based on yesterday's class. Which of the following factors do not affect adsorption? Which of the following factors do not affect adsorption? Preksha, I have replied that on chat, Preksha. I'll still message you. Yes, Prajwal. Very good. For many of you, if the chat option is not coming as Prajwal quoted, what you can do is you can log out. You can log out and log in again in the app. Then it will start showing, because we have incorporated this chat option recently. So if you are logged in before that, then it will not show. So log out and log in for that case. Right. So let me give you the poll. Right. So guys, you can start voting now. I guess many of you are answering it correctly, but still some people are answering it wrong. All right, last 15 seconds, guys. Last 15 seconds. So do it fast. Last 15 seconds. Yes, so we are ending this on account of 3, 2, 1, now. Yes. So I think most of you have got it right. Correct. Athar, beta, you need to know it. I'll tell it, but still, this is a topic from Shades of Matter. Right. So the correct answer is C. C is the correct answer. Right. I think I have already answered it. Right. So nature of adsorbate, of course, it depends upon nature of adsorbate and adsorbent. We had studied the gas having more critical temperature has more adsorption. And I told you critical temperature depend upon nature of gas. So obviously gas will change your critical temperature. As you change your gas to be adsorbed, critical temperature will change and your adsorption will also change. So adsorption depend upon nature of adsorbate and adsorbent, which many of you have got it confused with. Surface area, of course, if you increase surface area, adsorption sites will be more. So adsorption will increase. Temperature and pressure, of course, we have seen the graphs also. It depends upon temperature and pressure. Now, volume of adsorbate molecules at critical volume of adsorbent. What is the critical volume of adsorbent? Critical volume means what? If you take a adsorbent, right? If all the sites are occupied, let's say there are 10 sites, all the 10 sites are added, are occupied. All the 10 sites are occupied. That means critical volume means maximum volume of the adsorbent which can be occupied. Correct? So if the maximum volume of the adsorbent is already occupied, no matter how many gas molecules you add, adsorption will not take place. Right? If the sites are completely covered, the adsorption will not take place if you add more molecules. Correct? All right. Yes, Gauri, correct. Meghna is also correct. Yeah. So I hope it is clear. I hope it is clear, guys. Yes. Is there any doubt in this? No. Right. So let's move with I have already mentioned the topics, factors affecting adsorption here in this slide. It's a summary of all these, right? It's your NCERT question, textbook question number 5.4, page number 148. Right? This is a question from there. I have already mentioned all the factors affecting the adsorption here. Right? So let's move ahead with the adsorption isotherm. First, I'll define what is an isotherm. All of you already know it, many of you actually. What is an isotherm? Iso means same. Therm means temperature or heat. Right? So it is a graph obtained at constant temperature. So what is an isotherm? Graph obtained at constant temperature. What is adsorption isotherm? It is the variation of amount of gas adsorbed. Variation of amount of gas adsorbed with pressure at constant temperature. At constant temperature. So if you keep the temperature constant and keep changing your pressure and keep changing your with pressure and keep changing your pressure and see how much your adsorption is changing, amount of gas adsorbed is changing, that is known as adsorption isotherm. That means it is the graph of amount of gas adsorbed versus pressure at constant temperature. Let's say you got this type of graph or this type of graph. When temperature is constant and you change pressure and see how your amount of gas adsorbed is changing, then it is known as adsorption isotherm. That is known as adsorption isotherm. Is that clear to everyone? Is that clear to everyone? So definition, I don't think so there should be a doubt. So we are going to learn about adsorption isotherms. What are they? Freundlich adsorption isotherm, adsorption from solution phase, application of adsorption. So these are the 4 things we need to learn. We'll focus on first 2 things today, right? Let us move ahead. What is the definition of adsorption isotherm? I have already given you the definition of adsorption isotherm previously in the previous slide, correct? Now coming back to this, I have given one example of adsorption isotherm here. So you can see amount of gas adsorbed with pressure at constant temperature. So if I take adsorbent, keep temperature constant 298 Kelvin, and I take gas, I keep changing the pressure. I keep applying more pressure and see how much gas is getting adsorbed, right? Let's say temperature when pressure was 1 atm, the gas adsorbed was 0.1. When the pressure was 2 atm, gas absorbed was 0.2. So when you measure the pressure and the amount of gas adsorbed, you'll get this type of graph at constant temperature. Why only this type of graph? We'll explain it. This was explained by Freundlich. So we did an experiment. We kept changing the pressure. We kept observing the amount of gas adsorbed, and we got the graph like this. Now, why we got the graph like this? This graph was explained by Freundlich, who was a scientist at that time. He explained why we get this type of graph, right? So for that, he gave his equation, which is known as Freundlich adsorption isotherm. So he said, Freundlich adsorption isotherm, he said, X by M is equal to K P to the power 1 by N, right? K is a constant, P is pressure, X by M is the amount of gas adsorbed, right? So X by M is the amount of gas adsorbed or extent of adsorption, where X is mass of adsorbate, which is adsorbed. M is mass of adsorbent. For example, if you take 1 gram adsorbent and you adsorb how much gas on it? 0.5 gram gas is adsorbed on it. So this represents your X, this represents your M. So your X by M in that case would be 0.5 by 1. That is 1 by 2. Right? Yes, Kavya, last slide. Kavya G, last slide. Wait, Sushma. This is an empirical relation, Sushma. Empirical relation means there is no derivation for it. It is observed by analyzing the experiment. Okay. Now this is your equation. Now what does in this equation means what? X represent the amount of gas adsorbed, M represent the mass of adsorbent, T is pressure, K is constant, N is also constant. So K is constant, N is also constant. Both these constants depend upon nature of gas, adsorbent and temperature. Right? So K and N are constant which depend upon your temperature, nature of gas and nature of adsorbent, on these three things. Right? Now, how we got this equation? Many of you will be thinking it because it's an empirical relation. Empirical relations are not derived. Empirical relations are observed by seeing the experiment. Right? Right. So this is the equation. We'll study this equation in different steps. Let us see how. So first, when you plotted this equation, x by m is equals to k p power 1 by n. When you plotted this, so at constant temperature, you get a graph like this. X by m versus p graph is like this. You got a graph like this. Okay? So many of you will be thinking how we got this, right? So you draw the graph of pressure versus amount of gas adsorbed. You got this graph. Then you keep thinking here amount of gas adsorbed, here pressure. What should be your P power so that you get this type of graph? You kept P power 1, you kept P power 2, you kept P power 3, you plotted every graph. So whatever graph you plotted, this graph matched with the experimental graph. Therefore, we said this is the equation for which graph is obtained. This is a experimental way of identifying. First, you got an experimental graph. Then you said, okay, amount of gas adsorbed versus pressure. What should be power of pressure? 1, 2, 3. 1 pi did not match the graph. 2 pi did not match the graph. 3 pi did not match the graph. Let us try fractions. 1 by 2 pi, what graph I got? Okay, this much. 1 by 3 pi I got this much graph. So let's say at some value of n, p power, your graph matched the experimental graph. Then you said that is your equation of the graph, right? So you basically go reverse, right? They don't have name, Pritesh. They are just constants. There is no specific name for it, right? Right. So these three, now there are three possible cases in this graph. This graph says there has been lot of questions in exam. So there are three cases in this graph. What are those three cases? You can see, observe the graph carefully. In this region, the graph is almost constant. Whereas in this region, it is almost sloping up, right? Directly portion. In this region, it is curved. So I can say this graph is divided into three regions: OA, AB, BC. So this graph is divided into three regions. That is OA, AB, and BC. Correct? There are three regions. We'll apply three conditions or three cases in this graph. Let us see what are those. Right. So the first case is low pressure case. Right? This is also experimental, guys. This is also experiment. Do not ask, sir, why 1? Sir, why not 2? Sir, why not 3? This is also experimental. Right? These numbers we are not calculated or derived. Right? Again, same thing. You kept the value of P something, you see how the graph looked like. Kept the P power something, you looked how the graph looked like. So it is purely experimental number. Right? So what I said is, when you keep the pressure low, when you apply low pressure, 1 by n, that is constant value, is found to be 1. If constant value is found to be 1, your adsorption isotherm becomes what? X by m is equals to k, p power 1 by n. So if you plot, if you keep 1 by n as 1, then you get x by m is equals to kp. Correct? You plot this on y-axis, this on x-axis, this k is your slope. So you'll get a y is equals to mx graph. So you got graph like this, x by m versus p. So when I kept the power of p as 1, my graph was linear. Correct? So when in experiment, when I kept the pressure low, my graph was linear. So I can say I will get a linear graph only when 1 by n is 1. That means this equation is satisfied at low pressure. This equation is satisfied at low pressure, right? Not stationary saturation phase, Meghna. Right. So this is what. Now the second condition is 1 by at high pressure. What happens? At high pressure, see carefully logically what will happen. At high pressure, 1 by n is 0. 1 by n is 0 means 1 by n is 0 means what? X by m is equals to k p power 1 by n, k p power 0. That means x by m is equals to constant. So first you plotted the graph, you observed at high pressure, x by m is constant. It is not depending upon pressure. If it is not depending upon pressure, what should be the power of pressure? 0. Therefore, we kept 1 by n is 0. Correct? This is how we got it. Now, this is true also. Why it is true? This is the adsorbent. When you applied pressure, gases started getting absorbed. When lot of high pressure is applied, all the gases would have absorbed. All the gases would have absorbed. Surface of adsorbent would be covered. Surface of adsorbent will be covered. So if you apply further more pressure, will the gas get adsorbed on the surface? If you are applying high pressure, all the gas will get adsorbed. So surface of the adsorbent is covered completely. Now if you further apply more pressure, will the gas get further more absorbed? Will the gas further gets more absorbed? Answer is no, it will not. Athar, we are talking about above critical temperature, let's say. Then also. This means the value of n depends upon pressure. Answer is, you can say that. You can say that. So obviously it will not depend upon pressure now. Therefore, pressure becomes, x by m becomes constant graph. So x by m is constant at high pressure. Right? So this is the maximum value of n. This is the maximum value of n. This is the minimum value of n. Sorry, 1 by n. Minimum value of 1 by n, maximum value of 1 by n. Okay. Now the third case. Third case is at moderate pressure, what will happen? As I told you, minimum value of 1 by n is 0. Maximum value of 1 by n is 1. So 1 by n will lie in this minimum and maximum value. It will lie in this range. It will lie in this range. So what will happen in this range? In this range, your graph will be x by m is equals to k p power 1 by n only. Let's say this can be 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, 1 by 5, anything is possible, right? So in that case, your graph will come like this. Square root of p can be, cube root of p, it can be anything. Many possibilities are there, right? Yes, Sakshi, you're right. Very good. Now let's move ahead. Now I have plotted the graphs of with the equation of all the three cases. As we discussed our first case, when low pressure may 1 by n was 1. So if you keep 1 by n as 1, you are going to get p power 1. That means x by m is equals to k into p. This is your equation. You are plotting this on y-axis and this on x-axis. So this becomes a graph of y is equals to mx. Correct? So x by m on y-axis, p on x-axis. So the graph which you had got here, in the low pressure region, your graph is straight. Your graph is straight in the low pressure region because it is following y is equals to mx graph. It is following y is equals to mx graph. Yes, any doubt in this, guys? Yes, any doubt in this, guys? I'll come to that, Meghna. Any doubt in this first graph? Anybody having any doubt in this first graph? Bolo bhai. You have a beautiful speaking ability. Now you can't speak, you are muted, but you can at least message. Right. So let's move ahead with the next thing. Case 2. As I discussed, case 2, intermediate pressure at, high pressure. Case 2 is high pressure. If the pressure is high, 1 by n is 0. If 1 by n is 0, p to the power 0 is 1. Anything power to 0 is 1. X by m comes out to be constant. So therefore, high pressure pe, the graph will become constant. X by m is constant. It is parallel to x-axis. That means it does not depend upon pressure. If we keep increasing the pressure, X by m value will remain same. It will not change. Let's say 2. So it will always remain 2. Right? And the pressure at which this happens is known as PS or saturation pressure. It is also known as PS or saturation pressure. Right? Low pressure value as 0. Dhanush, it is not pressure, na? Dhanush, you are not considering the low pressure pe value of pressure. You are considering the value of 1 by n as 1. Low pressure means 0 to 1. 0 you consider, it will be 0. X by m will be 0. What is the problem? So you'll get a graph parallel to x-axis. I hope this point is clear. Yes? I hope the second graph is also clear to everyone. Or a second graph is clear to everyone. Very good. Chalo. Let's move ahead. The third graph, which is intermediate graph. Saturation pressure. This is the pressure when you are applying the pressure from the piston. Gases are getting absorbed. When you apply very high pressure, you keep increasing the pressure. So there will be one particular pressure at which all the gas molecules will be absorbed. That means surface of the adsorbent is completely covered at a particular pressure. That pressure is known as saturation pressure, because after that, if you apply further pressure, gas will not get absorbed because adsorbent is completely covered. Its surface is completely covered. Correct? So saturation pressure is the pressure at which the surface of the adsorbent is completely covered by the gas molecules. Is that clear, Pritesh? Is always the temperature above critical temperature? Of course, if the temperature is not above critical temperature, there is a high chance your gas might get liquefied. Right? You think about hydrogen gas, na? Ravi Kiran, you think about hydrogen gas. Critical temperature is 33 Kelvin. 33 Kelvin. Room temperature is 298 Kelvin. So room temperature is always above the critical temperature of hydrogen gas. This is what you need to consider. Third case when 1 by n is between 0 and 1, then x by m is equals to k p power 1 by n. Correct? Then in this case, your graph will be intermediate graph, this graph. So this graph is your BC graph. Neither linear nor constant. It is increasing steadily. Slowly it will increase. So the third graph is the intermediate graph, intermediate pressure graph, which is this graph, right? So I hope all the three condition, it is, acha, what I took AB kya? Let me correct. I think I took 0 here, O here. So it was O, A, B, and then C. Yes. I think all the three graphs are clear to everyone. I have made it as simple as possible. Okay. Purely mathematics, nothing else. Right. Now, the important thing, validity of Freundlich isotherm. Right. How will you validate it? So see carefully. We apply the log to both the sides. Okay. Let us try solving this by applying log. So basically we are plotting the log graph also. Right. We are going to plot the log graph also. So when you plot the log on, when you take the log on both the sides, what do you get? You get log x by m is equals to log k p power 1 by n. Right? Now you apply the property log a into log b. So this k is your a, p power 1 by n is b. So log a into log b is what? Log A into log B is log A plus log B. So you can write it as log x by m is equals to log k plus log p power 1 by n. That is log A plus log B. Correct? Right? Now the next thing you'll get is you'll apply log A to the power B. This is your A, this is your power B. So log A to the power B. So what is the identity? For the students who don't know log A to the power B is B log A. So power will come outside. So you'll get log K plus 1 by n will come outside. Log P. You can take ln also. Log x by m. So this is the graph you are going to get. Correct? Now, this whole thing you can plot on y-axis. This whole log P you can plot on x-axis. Then this becomes its slope, m. Log K becomes its intercept. So your graph obtained will be of this type. Y is equals to mx plus c graph. Y is equals to mx plus c graph. Right? That's what we have done over here. You can see here, log x by m is equals to log k plus log p power 1 by n. So your graph becomes this. This is on y-axis. Sorry, here. This is on y-axis. Log p on x-axis. M is your slope plus c. This is the equation you will get. Correct? Others, second step. Which step, others? This step. Others, this step. Others, S. Is this step you're talking about? Right. Others, you have applied the property of log beta. Log A into B is known as log A plus log B. A and B are separated by plus sign. Take log A plus log B. Right? So here this whole thing is your A. This P power 1 by N is your B. So you'll get log A plus log B. What is your B? P power 1 by N. So log A plus log B. This is your K is A, P power 1 by N is B. Is that clear? Others now? Can we keep the constant and solve this for graph? I did not get your point, Ankit. Others, is it clear now? The property of log? Others as? Right. थोड़ा fast reply करो यार. Be little fast. Otherwise, it will become boring for other. Left hand side as constant. You can do that, Ankit. No problem. Now, when you try to plot it for the graph, when you plot this equation for the graph, right, you will get the graph like this. Right? You'll get a graph like this. I'm going to draw it here. So see carefully. This on y-axis, this on x-axis. 1 by n is slope. This is your intercept. So the graph will look like this. Right. So it's a y is equals to mx plus c. So you're plotting this on log x by m here and log p on x-axis. Right. Log x by m on y-axis, log p on x-axis. Correct. So when log p is 0, this whole term will become 0. Log x by m will be equal to what? Log k. When log p becomes 0, this whole term will become 0. Then log x by m is equals to log k. So when log p is 0, log x by m is equals to log k. This value is known as c intercept. How much it is? Log k. Right. Now, as you increase the value of log p, the value of log x by m will increase. You can keep the values 1 by n into 1, 1 by n into 2, 1 by n into 3. Keep increasing the value of log p, your log x by m will increase. Right? So when you increase the value of log p, log x by m is increasing. Correct? Now if you take the slope at any point, this angle let's say is theta. So if you take slope is known as m tan theta. right? So slope will be given by what? What is your slope? M. What is your slope here? 1 by n. So slope gives you the value of 1 by n, constant n. Intercept gives you the value of constant k, right? I have done the correction, Pritesh, but won't change as the pressure changes. Won't n change? No, Ketki and Ketki, I think Pritesh also, Prashant also had asked the same thing. Value of n will not depend on pressure, basically, right? See, you should understand this. 1 by n is a power of pressure, correct? If you keep pressure as 1 atm, 1 atm power 1, let's say your equation is, you're not thinking mathematically, kp power 2, let's say. If you keep changing pressure, 1 atm ka square, 2 atm ka square, are you changing your power? No, you are not changing your power. So why will your n change? Your n is constant for one graph, na? Ketki, for a given graph, 1 by n is constant, correct? For a given graph, 1 by n is constant. For a range you can say, low pressure range, high pressure range, medium pressure range. So for that range you can say, but in that range if pressure is changing, then in that range 1 by n is constant. So you'll assume, beta Pritesh, I have answered that. In the different range, 1 by n has a different value, but throughout the range, let the pressure keep on changing. 1 by n is going to remain same. In the low pressure range, when you change the pressure, is your 1 by n changing? No, it is always 1 by n is 1. It's a number. Getting a point? Depends on nature of gas, yes. Depends upon nature of adsorbent also. Depends upon temperature also. Constants, right? Yeah, any doubt in this graph, anyone? Any doubt in this graph, anyone? Will Aditya, the graph in the boards, if you get a graph question on this, they will not ask log wala question. They will only ask you x by m versus p wala graph. Just the graph. Draw the graph between x by m versus p. What are the postulates of Freundlich isotherm? All those things. That's all. Nothing much. Right. So you can see here, everything is done here. Slope is 1 by n. Intercept is log k. Right. I hope it has been clear. Now we'll do a question on this. Right. We'll do a question on this. This thing, everything I have explained you already. Intercept is log k, slope is 1 by n. Right. We are comparing this with this equation. So now, what are the limitations? This is very important. Freundlich equation has no theoretical basis. That's what I was telling you. If you remember, I was telling you, many of you are asking, sir, how this equation, how this stuff. There is no theoretical derivation for it. It's purely experimental. It's purely experimental. 1 by n value, 1 ही क्यों लिया? Experiment में graph was like this. That's why 1 by n was 1. 1 by n value, why we took 0? Because the graph was like this. It was experimental, right? So it has no theoretical, it was no theoretical basis for this graph. But here for all pressure range, we are taking 1 by n constant. Netra, for all pressure range, for all your pressure range, your 1 by n is slope. Correct? So in that, if you talk about the graph, Netra, first thing is you are plotting the graph of log x by m versus p. In this case, you don't have low pressure range, you don't have medium pressure range, you don't have high pressure range. Correct? Even if you do that, correct? Even if you do that, then 1 by n is constant over this period of time, right? Slope 1 by n, then it is going to be constant over this period of time. Then it is for a given range, 1 by n is constant. No, it's not changing much. 1 by n in a given pressure range, it is not changing. So we are taking this value in a given pressure range only. It's not like we are taking it for the whole process. We are finding the value of 1 by n for a given process only. Low pressure mein, high pressure mein. We are not considering it for pura entire pressure range. ठीक है? We are not considering it for the entire pressure range, right? If we were considering it for the entire pressure range, then yes, your question is valid enough. But you cannot consider the value of 1 by n for the entire pressure range. That's the meaning of it. You have to go by range by range. Okay? All right. And it's a logarithmic graph. Logarithmic graph will not have different zones. It will have a linear graph. How graph only emerged? It is experimental then. Experiment से ही तो graph आता है. Graph, how it comes without experiment? Dude, you find the equation of the graph later. First you find the experiment. You do the experiment. Newton's law of cooling का पहले graph बनाया गया था. Law पहले नहीं आया था. Getting a point? So there are many experiments. जिसका you first plot the graph, then you think why graph has come like this. Then you give equation for it. Right? The graph for the 3 pressure cases are all same. No, the graph is not same. So yes, we have already discussed. Logarithmic graph will be same. Of course, logarithm you cannot have different this type graph. Logarithmic graph will be same. When you convert it into logarithm, then it will be same. Right? Chalo. Yeah, second limitation. Equation does not explain the independent nature of adsorption at high pressure. Equation did not said कि high pressure पे इतना constant क्यों हो जाता है. I gave you the reason, but that does not mean equation tells you that reason. In friendly isotherm, this equation was not given because the concept of monolayer was not introduced. Okay, I have given you the reason because I know many of you will ask, but it was not explained by Friendlich. K and N are not real constant. They depend upon temperature and nature of gas. This is what we have been saying. They are not exactly constant. They do depend upon nature of the gas, temperature of the gas, etc. So therefore, we cannot say they are exactly constants. Okay? So I hope this point is also clear. So these are the 3 limitations. Now there is a question in front of you based on this. Log x by m versus p graph was found to be straight line with a slope of 45 degrees. You cannot get easier thing than this. Intercept is this much. Calculate the amount of gas adsorbed at 0.2 atmosphere pressure. You have to find the value of x by m. Find the amount of gas adsorbed at 0.2 atmosphere pressure. Please do it fast. 0.2 atmosphere pressure pe what will be your amount of gas adsorbed? Let me give you the polls. You might be doing the calculation by now. Slope is given. Intercept is given. Compare the equation. Write the slope. Write the intercept. Then pressure is given. Find x by m. I'm getting mixed answers. So be careful while the calculation options are closed. Options are closed, so be careful. Right. So last 20 seconds, guys. Please do it fast. Last 20 seconds for everyone. Please do it fast. I'm getting very close fight between 2 options. I don't know why. Maybe due to calculation error. right? So we are going to end this on account of 3, 2, 1. We are ending this now. Right. So you can see here, check this equation, guys. Your slope is 1 by n and intercept is log k. So first let us write your equation. Log x by m is equals to log k plus 1 by n log p. Then just now we saw slope m is equals to 1 by n, which is equals to tan theta. So 1 by n equal to tan theta, slope of 45-degree angle. So tan 45 degree is 1. So 1 by n is equal to 1. 1 by n is equal to 1. If 1 by n is 1, then intercept is what? Intercept c is log k. So intercept is 0.30. So c is equals to log k is equals to 0.3010. Right? So if you are smart enough, you can solve it very easily. I'll tell you how. So what is 0.3010? It's a value of which log? It's the value of log. 0.3010 is the value of log 2. Yes, you should have done this conversion. It will make calculation easy. So log k is nothing but log 2. So log x by m is equals to log k is 0.3010, which is nothing but log 2. Log 2 ka value is 0.3010 plus 1 by n is 1 plus pressure is 0.2. Correct? You'll get this. So log a plus log b. This is log a, this is log b. So log a plus log b is what? Log a into b. Multiplication becomes addition. A into b is log a plus log b. So you can write it as 2 into 0.2. Sorry, just a minute. So calculation is also not lengthy, guys. So log 2 into 0.2, and this is log x by m. You can remove log from both the sides or cancel log from both the sides. X by m will come out to be 0.4. I don't know why people have answered C also. I don't know why people have answered C also. But the correct option I think you'll get as B only. B is the correct answer, right? 0.4. Yes, any doubt in this, guys? Please check it again. If there is any doubt in this, please quickly ask. Please ask quickly if there is any doubt on this. Or is it Sprite? Is it Sprite or it has become Khatta Meetha Cola? Chal, good. Let's move ahead. This is a JEE mains question. This is a JEE mains plus NEET question. Now to CET also. CET ka level is also changing nowadays. Any exams it can be asked. I'll come to that later. Yeah, this is a AIMS 2017 question. You can quickly tell me which of the following graph best explain the adsorption isotherm. Which of the following graph? Atar, don't worry about anti-log. You cancel the log. Anti-log ka so you need either the log table or calculator. How can I tell you anti-log value theoretically? You either need log table or you need calculator. Using these two you can find. By the way, anti-log is nothing but 10 power something. Log x is 2. Then x will be 10 power 2. Athar. This is how you take anti-log. Right. So log table कैसे बताऊं यार यहाँ पे log table कहाँ है हमारे पास? Athar. But you don't need na Athar. Why you need log table? Exam value will be given. Don't worry about it. Right. So I have updated the question. Which of the following best represent the adsorption isotherm? Chetna, check again. Chetna, check again. What are you thinking, Chetna? Vishal, beta, check again. Vishal, please check again the x values and y values, Vishal. Kayuri, you also check again, Kayuri. All of you guys are doing what? Have you taken bhang or what? What are you even saying? Danush, check again. क्या बोल रहे हो यार तुम लोग? मॉर्निंग इफेक्ट. अच्छा. क्या कर रहे हो यार तुम लोग? This is easy. Answer on poll, guys, quickly. I'll end the poll on a count of 3, 2, 1. Now. Yes, so let's end this now. Obviously, log x by m versus log p graph, guys. Intercept form. This is a graph obtained when x by m is plotted versus p. क्या बात कर रहे हो यार? देखो, इतना इजी क्वेश्चन पूछा एम्स ने और वो भी तुम लोग गलत कर रहे हो. हाँ? Ames has asked such an easy question, still you're doing it wrong. So that's why I keep saying questions will not be tough. Study hard. Hard मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि हाँ हैमर मार मार के टेस्ट कर रहे हैं हार्डनेस. ऐसा नहीं. Study hard मतलब study well. Right. This is the JEE Mains or AIEEE 2012 question. According to Freundlich adsorption isotherm, which of the following equation is correct? Freundlich isotherm के according, which of the following equation is correct? I think ये 12 नहीं है, ये 11 है जहां तक मुझे याद है. This should be 11 most likely, because this was the question in my exam only. I wrote in 2011. That's why I remember. It should be 2011. Of course, Pritesh. I remember all the questions which came in my exam. क्या बात कर रहा है? I remember. P block से IF7 का ज्योमेट्री आया था. I remember. चलो. I think many of you have answered. Guys, quickly vote. Another 10 seconds. We need to move ahead. On a count of 3, 2, 1. Let's end this now. बंद कर देते हैं. Lockdown. Right. So this is true. X by m is p power 0. This is true. Independent of pressure. At what condition? High pressure. 1 by n is 0. High pressure. This is p power 1 by n is low pressure. And it is 1 by n at intermediate pressure. So all are correct. All are correct at different pressure ranges. ठीक है? क्या बोला? कोई तो कुछ बोला. Chandana, share the poll for one question. Share the poll results. क्या? I did not get your point, Chandana. Results, if you're asking, I'll share. Result was, I can tell you, around 170 students had answered correctly the last question. This question, around 110 students have answered correctly. Chalo. This is your homework, guys. This is a core JEE plus NEET question. Numerical है. Numerical है. So you can try it at home. Logical है थोड़ा. So you need to spend time on it. This is also your homework. This is JEE Mains 2015. So I keep telling you the question is easy. The topic is easy, but questions आते हैं इस पे. So you should not miss easy topics. So these two you can do as homework. Now adsorption from solution phase. I'll finish it up. It's a small topic. It will not take more than 5 minutes. So just give me 1 minute. So adsorption from solution phase. What you are doing till now? Which case are you asking, Snehal? Answer was D, Snehal. I had answered no. All were correct, Snehal. All were correct. This is correct at high pressure, low pressure. This is at intermediate pressure. All are correct at different pressure. Right? तभी तो दिया ना राथे. That's why I have given you this. इससे previous one, the answer was this D, intercept form. This graph, log x by m versus log p graph. This one. This is the graph of x by m versus p, not log x by m versus log p. Okay? So these two you can try as homework. Now from solution phase. So देखो क्या होता है. Till now what you are doing, you are taking an adsorbent. Adsorbent पे gas was getting adsorbed. Now what you are going to do is, you will take a solution. Solution will contain solute and solvent both. Correct? Now you are going to add adsorbent into it. So adsorbent will adsorb all the solute from the solution on its surface. Then that is known as adsorption from solution. So when you add adsorbent, adsorbent adsorb all the solute from the solution, right? Then it is known as adsorption from solution phase. Correct? You can see here, we have taken an iodine solution, iodine water, let's say, or chloroform, whatever. So when you added charcoal on it, charcoal adsorb all iodine on its surface, and the solution became colorless. Correct? Solution became colorless. Can you tell me one factor? I'll do that, Sushma. Just give me 1 minute. After discussing this, I'll go to the homework slides. Can you tell me one factor which will affect the adsorption here? Temperature, pressure, everybody know. Pressure to nahi, gas nahi hai. Important factor in solution which will affect the adsorption here. Can you tell me that? Surface area, of course, one important factor. Amount of charcoal, of course. Very good, Netra. How much concentration of solution you are taking? If you take high concentration of solution, solute will be more. And let me tell you, if solute is more, then adsorption on the surface of adsorbent will be more. Right? So adsorption depends upon concentration of solution. Whereas in the case of gas on adsorbent, it was depending upon what? Pressure of the gas. More is the pressure of the gas, more it will adsorb. For example, if you take a adsorbent, keep two gases, one having 1 atm pressure, other having 3 atm pressure. Who will get adsorbed first? The gas having 3 atm pressure. So the gas having more pressure was getting adsorbed faster. Therefore, if you take a solution, take 1 molar iodine and 2 molar bromine. Who will get more adsorbed? Bromine. So more is the concentration, more is the adsorption. So everything is same. You just need to replace pressure by concentration. Rest all is same, no change. Right? So this thing I have already explained you. This concept test I'll discuss tomorrow. I'll tell you what is the change. All of you please check this change. Instead of pressure, you get concentration. That is the only change. Rest everything remain same. Instead of pressure, you keep concentration. Concentration is what? Concentration is molarity. What is molarity? Molarity is number of moles divided by volume of solution. Right? So it depends upon concentration. I'll take this adsorption from solution again in the Monday class. Don't worry about it. Let us go to our today's quiz. Today's quiz has lot of clues, but you'll be clueless by seeing it. Despite of having lot of clues, you'll be clueless about it. Solute can be liquid or solid both. Correct, Ravi Kiran? Yeah, this is the name of a movie. I don't know whether you have seen it or not. It's a very good movie. Geology is the study of pressure and time. That's all it takes really. Pressure and time. That's a big damn post. That's a big goddamn poster. No, Shreyas. So let me give you a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think somebody has got it correct. Somebody has got it correct. Let me check. It's Vishrut has got it correct. One more guy has got it correct. This is Shawshank Redemption. Very good, Vishrut. It is Shawshank Redemption. It's a very good movie. Very famous also for those who watch movies. For those who don't watch movies, it's just like a Moh Maya for them. So for those who don't watch movies, it's a Moh Maya for them. Correct? Right. So those who wanted the homework slides, let me take them to the homework slides and show them. We'll take the adsorption from solution phase again on Monday. We have almost done with adsorption. We'll start with catalysis on Monday. It's English movie only, Athar. Yes, Abhishek, it's an English movie only. So this was the first homework. I think Sushma had asked for it. This is the second homework. Yes, I'll show that also. This is the second homework. Sushma, done? Sushma B, done? Right. So Sakshi want the limitation slide. Limitations. Yes, Sakshi. वैसे I upload homework every day. I upload the notes every day. So till yesterday ka notes are uploaded on Drive. Done, Sakshi? Right. Chalo. Enjoy your Sunday. Prepare well for the test. Good luck, all of you. May God bless you. Stay happy. Can we say larger molecules with more surface area will get less adsorbed with? You can say that, Adesh. You can say that. There is one example of it in organic chemistry. There's one example of it in organic chemistry. Remind me, I'll tell you in next class. Okay? I'll tell you in next class, Adesh. Organic chemistry में उसका एक बहुत अच्छा example है. Hydrogenation reaction में. I'll tell you. चलो. Y is 1 by n lying. It's a upper limit and lower limit. Again, experimental graph. Itna graph in the low pressure was straight, so it was 1. High pressure में constant, so it was 0. So obviously intermediate में it will be between 0 and 1 ना. Experimental values है. चलो. Support number. रुको यार, तुम्हारे ग्रुप पे ही है. Just a minute. Your support number I'm posting on the chat. I'm posting your support number on the chat. Ayyo. Yeah, done. Send the support number on the chat. Sagar, send the support number on the chat. Check again. Sagar, please check. Send the support number on the chat. Chalo. Bye bye guys. Take care.